What if I told you that the difference between a billionaire and a broke man isn't luck, education, or even hard work, but a set of hidden laws quietly passed down through generations of the wealthy, like ancient family secrets? For generations, the story has remained much the same. A gap persists between those who seem to effortlessly build fortunes and those who work tirelessly but struggle to get ahead. This isn't a cruel twist of fate. It's the predictable outcome of playing different games with different rules. The reality is, most people are taught to approach money in ways that gradually erode their financial power, while a minority, the truly wealthy, operate on principles that quietly, yet consistently, multiply their advantage. If you look beyond the headlines, the motivational slogans, and the surface-level advice, you'll discover that wealth is rarely built by accident. It's cultivated through a set of laws followed almost religiously by the world's richest individuals, often without fanfare or public acknowledgement. At the core of these principles are what we call the 5 laws of gold. Not myths, not wishful thinking, but enduring truths seen in the lives and legacies of the elite. The first is the law of conversion. To the wealthy, money is not an end in itself, nor is it something to be hoarded in a savings account where inflation quietly eats away at its value. Instead, money is fuel. It's a tool to be converted into assets, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, scalable systems, or investments that grow over time. These assets don't just hold value, they multiply it. In contrast, the conventional wisdom taught to the majority is to save diligently. Yet, in a world of rising costs and decreasing currency value, this approach can be a silent thief. The lesson here is clear. If you want to build lasting wealth, don't let your money stagnate. Let it work for you. Convert it into vehicles that appreciate and generate returns even while you sleep. The second law is the law of flow. The truly wealthy understand that the most precious resource is not money, it's time. And so, their focus is on building income streams that continue whether they are actively working or not. This is the essence of passive income. It's not a fantasy reserved for a lucky few. It's a non-negotiable requirement for anyone serious about financial freedom. While most people are conditioned to trade hours for dollars, the wealthy design systems, businesses, investments, royalties, automated digital products that allow them to decouple their time from their earning potential. Over time, these streams accumulate, providing security, options, and the freedom to focus on ever greater opportunities. The third law is the law of position. Wealth does not grow in a vacuum. Environment is everything. The rich understand the power of proximity. They position themselves in circles, markets, and environments where ideas, resources, and opportunities are abundant, not scarce. They surround themselves with people who amplify their value, challenge their thinking, and open doors to new ventures. Environments influence behavior, and behavior determines outcome. When you are in a setting where wealth is normalized, where high-level thinking is the default, your own standards and ambitions rise to match. Conversely, environments marked by scarcity, negativity, or complacency tend to perpetuate struggle. The message is simple. If you want to change your financial trajectory, start by changing your environment. Put yourself in rooms where your dreams feel small, and growth becomes inevitable. The fourth law is the law of visibility. Value that remains hidden rarely attracts the attention or resources it deserves. The wealthy are masters at making their value visible, whether through personal branding, thought leadership, market positioning, or the strategic use of media. They understand that perception and credibility are as powerful as tangible assets. This isn't about arrogance or superficial displays. It's about establishing trust, authority, and relevance in the arenas that matter. Investors, customers, and partners are drawn to those who clearly articulate and demonstrate their worth. By making your value visible, you attract opportunities that would otherwise pass you by. And then there's the fifth and final law, the law of perspective. The rich play a long game. They think in terms of decades, not days. Their decisions are guided by a vision of the future, not the pressures of the present. This long-term orientation allows them to weather setbacks, capitalize on trends, and build legacies that outlast them. Contrast this with the survival mindset so common among those struggling financially, where every crisis demands immediate relief and the future is mortgaged for a fleeting sense of security. The law of perspective teaches that wealth is built by those who can delay gratification, who see beyond the next paycheck, and who are willing to plant seeds that may take years to bear fruit. These 5 laws are not part of the standard curriculum. They are not taught in most schools, nor are they the focus of mainstream financial advice. Instead, they are found in quiet conversations in boardrooms, in the biographies of self-made billionaires, in the strategies of those who have mastered the game. They are passed down, often quietly, among those who understand that wealth is as much about mindset as it is about money. If you've ever wondered why 2 people with similar backgrounds, education, or even income can end up in vastly different financial realities, look beyond the surface. The difference is not just in what they earn, but in how they think, act, and position themselves. One follows the 5 laws, converting money into assets, building streams of income, positioning themselves in opportunity-rich environments, making their value visible, and thinking for the long term. The other, often without knowing it, follows rules designed for survival, not prosperity. Ultimately, the divide between rich and poor is not just a matter of dollars and cents. It is a difference in philosophy, in strategy, in the silent rules that govern our financial lives. The good news is, these laws are not reserved for a select few. Anyone can begin to adopt them, to shift their mindset, and to play the game as it was meant to be played. But it starts with awareness, a willingness to question old assumptions and to embrace new ways of thinking. So, as you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, are you living by the 5 laws of gold, or by someone else's rules? Are you playing to win, or just hoping not to lose? The answers to these questions will shape not only your financial future, but the legacy you leave behind. The game is yours to change if you're ready to learn the laws that truly govern wealth.